There's a silent war happening inside you every single day. The world pushes, people provoke, life surprises, and you try to hold it all together while your heart quietly breaks in places no one ever sees. You walk through your day, smiling, responding, doing what needs to be done, but deep down a broken bar. You're tired, not just physically tired but emotionally drained, tired of being angry, tired of being bothered, tired of letting things and people pull you into battles you never wanted to fight. Have you ever just sat with yourself and asked, why does this bother me so much? Why does one comment ruin your day? Why does one rejection trigger your self-worth? Why does their silence feel like a scream inside your chest? Let me tell you something that could change the way you live forever. If you can master just one thing, just own you can live your entire life free from being disturbed by what others say, do, or think. You can wake up with a clear mind and go to bed with a calm heart. You can exist in a storm and still be the eye of Ida, still, centered, and unshaken. To explain it, let me tell you a story. There was once a monk who lived in a loud and restless city. The streets were always filled with noise, conflict, and commotion. And yet, this monk was known for his unwavering peace. Nothing rattled him. People would insult him, cheat him, mock him, but he never reacted with anger. He stayed calm, always. One day, a frustrated man stormed into the temple and started yelling at the monk. He called him a fraud, shouted at him, spit at him. The monk sat quietly. After minutes of outburst, the man shouted, "Why don't you respond? Are you not angry? Don't you feel anything?" The monk smiled and said gently, "If someone offers you a gift and you don't accept it, who does it belong to?" Confused, the man replied, "To the giver." "Of course." The monk nodded. "Exactly. I do not accept your anger, so it still belongs to you." That's the secret. Most of what people throw at you doesn't belong to you unless you pick it up. Unless you chose to carry it. You've been carrying words, judgments, doubts, and insults that were never yours. You didn't create them. You just received them. But what if you simply chose to stop accepting what doesn't serve you? You are not angry because people are cruel. You are angry because you gave their cruelty permission to disturb your peace. You are not bothered because someone ignored you. You are bothered because you believe that your worth depends on their attention. You are not hurt because someone left. You are hurt because you tied your happiness to their presence. Everything changes when you take back your power. The power to respond. The power to pause. The power to breathe instead of react. You don't have to meet fire with fire. You can meet it with water. Calm, quiet, steady, still. Most people live life in reaction mode. Something happens so they react. Someone offends them, they respond emotionally. A plan fails so they panic. But real power is in that space between what happens and how you respond. That space is your throne. That pause is your control. If you can train yourself to pause before you respond, to take one breath before you say a word, make a decision, or lash out, that you can change the entire outcome. The truth is, people are often mirrors. Their actions reflect themselves, not you. Their words reveal their own inner war, not your value. When someone lashes out, it's often because they are hurting. When someone tries to bring you down, it's because they are drowning. When someone mocks you, belittles you, or disrespects you, it's rarely ever about you. It's about what they're projecting. Don't become a sponge for their pain. Be a mirror that reflects back love, or a wall that doesn't absorb. When you let someone's behavior decide your peace, you give them power, and they may not even realize how much they control you. But once you understand that your inner world doesn't have to bow to external noise, you become truly free. You become the person who can be calm in chaos, silent in noise, gentle in hostility. Anger often feels like power. You think getting angry shows strength. You think your rage demands respect. But in truth, the anger robs you. It clouds your mind, narrows your thinking, and throws you into regret. Anger never fixes what you're angry about. It burns you from the inside out. What's powerful is calm. What's powerful is restraint. What's powerful is the person who can stand in the middle of a storm and still say, "I am not moved by this." You don't need to argue with everyone who misunderstands you. You don't need to fight every battle you're invited to. You don't need to prove yourself to anyone who has already decided not to see you. Sometimes, The best response is no response. The best argument is silence. The strongest energy is indifference. And let's be honest, you've wasted too many days replaying situations that didn't deserve your time. You've written essays in your head defending yourself to people who don't matter. You've carried guilt, anger, and pain in your heart because you thought letting go meant weakness. But letting go is freedom. Letting go is maturity. Letting go is when you finally realize, my peace is too expensive to spend on nonsense. Most of your suffering comes from your resistance to what is. You don't want to accept that someone changed. You don't want to believe that someone betrayed you. You don't want to face the reality that people don't always treat you the way you treat them. But peace doesn't come from trying to change people. Peace comes from accepting reality as it is set and choosing how you show up despite it. You don't need apologies to move on. You don't need closure to find clarity. You don't need anyone to validate your pain for it to be real. You only need one thing: your decision to protect your peace. Every time you react to something small, you lose a piece of your calm. Every time you argue over something petty, you lose energy. Every time you give your power away to things outside of you, you weaken your own center. But when you choose to be still, when you choose to stay silent, to walk away, to breathe, to let go, you strengthen your inner fortress. It's not easy. This level of peace takes practice, but it begins with awareness. Awareness that not everything deserves a reaction. Not everyone deserves your energy. Not every battle is worth your presence. Some things are better left unspoken. Some people are better left alone. Some moments are better handled with silence. And some victories are found not in winning the argument but in walking away still whole. You are not weak for choosing peace. You are powerful beyond words. You are strong enough to say, I will not give this situation the power to disturb my soul. Let people talk. Let them mock. Let them misunderstand you. Let them underestimate you. That's not your concern. Your concern is you, your mind, your heart, your peace. Your highest responsibility is not to be understood. It is to be at peace with yourself. The more you practice this, the more you'll notice something beautiful. What used to anger you now amuses you. What used to bother you now bounces off. What used to steal your sleep now loses all power. You wake up lighter. You move differently. You carry a different energy. You radiate calm. And people will wonder, how are you so unbothered? But you'll know it's because you mastered the one thing most people never do, yourself. So today, I invite you to stop chasing control. Stop chasing revenge. Stop chasing explanations. And start building your inner sanctuary. You don't need to scream to be heard. You don't need to fight to be strong. You don't need to react to be powerful. Your silence is strength. Your calm is courage. Your peace is your crown. Master Thesa, and you will never again be angry or bothered. You will walk through fire and not be burned. You will sit in chaos and not be disturbed. You will be Testita and stay unmoved. Because you have become your own anchor. And once you become that, nothing outside of you can never shake what's inside of you again. Not noise, not people, not pain, only peace. That is the life you deserve. That is the freedom you're meant to have. That is the power already inside you. Master Thesa, and you are finally, truly, free.